My name is Natalie Carvajal, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about my research findings on exercise and cancer prevention and how they correlate positively. I want to start off by saying, as we are all healthy individuals and physically active individuals, we've heard this countless of times. We know that heart disease is a leading cause of death in our country, and that cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States and the source of over 500,000 deaths in this country alone. So clearly, there's a problem, okay? And also, we find that obesity is a huge contributing factor to cancer and heart disease as well. So, wouldn't it be just complete common sense to participate in physical activity to reduce these risks of cancer? And this is what I found, okay? To this day, no established cure for cancer has been discovered, but it is firmly believed that lifestyle factors have a huge impact on one's overall quality of life and longevity. Wouldn't you agree? I would, 100%. As a prevention strategy, individuals may resort to holistic approaches in attaining mind body soul connections through yoga and meditation, for example. And as Dr. Brian has taught us forever, we are one. Our mind and body are not two separate entities, rather, one. And we have to treat it as one. Okay, so instead of maybe resorting to antibiotics when we have a cold or running to the doctor, I'm not against going to the doctor. However, as I grow and as I become more educated, I feel that your body has to like self heal, because once you get to a certain point, medications aren't going to do anything to you. You build this tolerance and resistance, and as we all know, we don't want that to move forward. Um, so, what I found was regularly participating in physical activity is the fundamental key to bettering one's mental health, emotional health, and physical health. Now, I can say I found this online, and I can say I researched this. It's another thing saying I believe it. Okay, so I can say I've done both. I researched it and I believe it because I live by these standards. I work out every single day of my life. And if I don't, it's because I'm extremely busy and we all know how college could be. Um, but there's nothing like working out and that post workout feeling. That post workout endorphin release that makes you like have this natural high and happiness. Um, there's nothing better. So, the first study I completed, not me, sorry, that I looked into, an intervention study was completed to investigate the impact that physical activity had on the risks of certain cancer present in individuals. Okay? This particular study was aimed toward reproductive and bone health and the effects in which exercise had upon ovulatory, menstrual, and ovulatory patterns in teenage girls and older women. Okay? These studies found that exercise increases the menstrual cycle length, suppresses ovulation, and lowers estrogen and progesterone levels. Okay? So, although this seems like it doesn't make any sense, it does. Actually, as lowered numbers of ovulatory menstrual cycles and lowered levels of estrogen are associated with lower risks of developing these cancers, therefore, this means that exercise has a great impact. Thousand cancer deaths that occur in the U.S. each year can be attributed to diet and physical activity habits. Bingo. Okay. What we eat, what we put into our bodies, how we fuel our bodies, is how our body is going to react to us on a daily basis. And I think that um, you know, that's a statement and a concept that's very easy to interpret. It's very just black and white. What you put in is what you'll get out. Excuse me. And also, surprisingly enough, genetic inheritance has very little impact on the development of cancer. Just think about it. We all know how important genetics can be and are. But I found that behavioral factors such as smoking cigarettes, consuming foods along certain patterns of diet, and staying active across the lifespan can substantially affect one's risk of developing cancer. Okay, so although cancer derives from a genetic mutation at the cellular level, a healthy lifestyle consisting of nutritious foods and physical activity play an incomparable role in decreasing risks of cancer overall. excuse me. There is strong scientific evidence that healthful dietary patterns in combination with regular physical activity can reduce cancer risk. Now, the big question: how much exercise does one need exactly? What's the perfect amount of physical activity and specific foods needed to lead a healthy lifestyle and reduce the risk of cancer? Okay, we don't have the answer for that. Okay, there's no research stating that you need to eat 4 vegetables a day and work out for 1 hour, 4 to 5 times a week. There's no research that can defend that. However, we're going to use our logic, and I based my research findings and I based my mentality off of how I feel, off of what I see, off of the correlation. And although there's no set number and set number of vegetables or set number of physical activity you have to participate in, I don't believe that that's necessary. Now, for my favorite study, because I can relate, is the following. Cancer of the large bowel is the most frequently investigated cancer in relation to physical activity and includes at present more than 40,000 colon or colorectal cancer cases in 48 studies. Okay? So, colon cancer, colitis. We all know how irritated our bowels get. Okay, just based on what we eat. We can dive into the whole gluten-free diet and talk about that, but let's not divert here. So, in regards to the dose-response associations of these studies, it seems to be especially dependent on moderate to heavy vigorous physical activity. Okay, for example, using the MET hours per week and demonstrating a stronger dose response for men than women, both genders who claim to have expended more than 1,000 calories of energy at least 3 time periods in their lives were observed to have a 40% reduction in colon cancer risk. Now, for like a brief history of my life, since I was 15 years old, I have had colitis. Okay, and that is inflammation of your bowels. That can come from stress, that can come from having a poor diet, not eating the appropriate foods. Okay, so luckily, 1 year ago, I was told that I was in remission, and I found it quite odd and almost like, wow, a light bulb went off in my head. I said to myself, okay, so I'm currently in remission. What has changed from when I was 15 to now that I'm 21? And the only thing that has really changed is the amount of physical activity I have participated in within these last 2.5 years of my life. How I eat has changed, how much I exercise has changed, and then when I go to my checkups and find that after 8 years of having colitis that I no longer have any colitis at all, was the most shocking news I could have ever heard in my life. I said to myself, wow, physical activity is the reason why. And I know it is. It's unbelievable. And yeah, I feel that overall, we must all lead a healthy lifestyle. If we want to survive, if we want to have a great quality of life, we must take what we've learned these 4 years of college. We must apply it to our lives. We must apply it to the lives of our loved ones and help them. As we're all going to be part of the healthcare world, whether it be teaching, whether it be physical therapy, anything, we must apply what we know and help everyone we know, help ourselves. Thank you so much.